understand that you're the head of the family division in Mediacorp's TV operations, and that you have now shifted from journalism to more of the business side, managing Mediacorp's TV operations. So, like, I want to ask, what do you usually do in your job now?
Well, a lot of work is involved in creating content, right? Programming your channel, your station, such that your content is relevant, authentic, can resonate with audiences, so you can drive eyeballs, listenership, and then subsequently bring advertising. So day-to-day work, every day is different, because you're looking at different genres of content every day, whether it's on TV or radio. We're constantly trying to stay on top of the competition to be relevant for your audiences. And today's environment, the media industry is changing very quickly, because people are exposed to a lot of things. As you all know, Netflix has come in. It's a challenge more for the cable operators, more for StarHub and Singtel Mio than for us, because we have a position where we're producing content, a lot of content, which is local. With local, it resonates better, but we also need to make sure that our content is better. It's not just producing a certain quantity of content, it's also about quality content. Whether it's drama, variety, entertainment. So every day I'm looking at different things that we could be looking at. I could be going on for a programming and operations meeting. Operations means things like looking at content standards, censorship, delivery of subtitles. Can be quite technical and boring. It can also be about, a new program coming up. Have we got the right host? Have we got the right content? It's a game show. Do we have the right questions? Who is your audience? How are we going to market this? How are we going to drive eyeballs? What are we doing on the digital to promote it? So these are the sort of things I look at on a daily basis.
So currently, what would you say is the kind of content that Singaporeans demand?
Singaporeans want content which is authentic and resonates. So, depending on which audience segment you're targeting. So, the English family segment is targeting what we call upscale English classics. So, families who are of a certain, parents 45 and up, children 14 and up, with an income of 10K and up. So that's where my realm of my work responsibility of content is at. Some of our platforms are about reaching the youth market. So 97 TV, toggle clips. There's this thing called the selfie sale. I don't know whether you all have seen it or even interested in 5-minute clips, short stories. Then there's of course the mass family entertainment bit. So Channel 8 is very good at that. So dramas and there's children's content, Octo. There's sports. So all these there's a news content. So the problem for media owners or media content producers is that because our market is so fragmented and small, it's very difficult to make it commercially viable. And Singapore, I've said this actually to several people before, that actually the Singapore market is not large enough. Singaporeans do not deserve the kind of content they get, because we're so open and so exposed, right? So, which is why you can compare our news content to CNN, but you think about it, our market, CNN's market is what? Not only is it global, the American market is so big. Even for BBC, it's 40 million. We are 5 million? We do not deserve a 24-hour regional news channel. It's just not commercially viable. So then we need help in terms of funding, and we need more people to appreciate the value of this so that they can actually come on board with us as partners to make it viable.
Now, a lot of people are turning to online content.
Yes.
So, do you foresee Mediacorp shifting away from its traditional sources?
Definitely, we are doing that already. All our platforms are. It's about going digital, not only on social, but that's why I said earlier, right? Toggle. We're providing a platform, our own platform for our content, so that people can consume it anytime, anywhere on the go, right? Whether it's on the mobile device, on your iPad or your phone. We have to be on the latest, and we have to. Same with Channel News Asia. We have been from day one, 1999. We had a website. We had mobile. Whenever it came on, we have to constantly evolve our digital products. Not all of them will be able to. Radio, for instance, we don't have websites for every station, but we have this thing called Me Radio, where we actually digitally stream and we offer. So we're always looking for content, or for being able to how to better reach our audiences with the content that we produce.
Since more people are consuming news online, then what is the value of the print news?
Well, it will eventually, the value is still there, but with consumers coming down, the value will decrease. So Today newspaper uploads the PDF version, but beyond that you have something called Today Online. So the content has to be different on digital. There's no point just uploading a print PDF because you might as well have hard copy, right? So it's access and so on, but a lot of people still read the hard copy. It will continue to shrink and the market will decline, as we've seen in the last few years. The acceleration of decline will speed up, but again, it's about getting your product digital. Digital first is the delivery mindset and making sure that you evolve and make the product digital faster.
In such a fast-paced industry like journalism, do you have any tips on how to survive such an industry?
You need to like what you do, love what you do, stay healthy. You're in a stressful situation all the time. I think it's very important to keep fit, and it helps you stay on your toes. It helps me. So I'm quite I sprained my ankle. Actually, I tore a ligament 3 weeks ago. I haven't been able to exercise, so I'm very frustrated. But part of my routine, because the time when you start work, you don't have time. You're constantly on go the whole day. So I made it a habit to get my exercise out of the way at the start of the day, and it refreshes you, and then you head on and you plow through the day. It's really staying fit in all aspects. Physically fit is very important. Mentally fit, so constantly reading, upgrading your knowledge, your information, staying on your toes.
What are some of the interests that you pursued as a student?
As a student in the LSE, I was part of the Malaysia Singapore Society. It's very different in London. You talk about things you do. What else did I do? We enjoyed going out together. We hung out together. We went to plays. We went for theatre, musicals. You go jogging in Hyde Park. You play. You keep fit. So those sort of things that you did as a student. You don't have a netball club in. Did we? I don't remember having one. When I did my postgrad, I was already in Aikido, so I joined a dojo in London. I was doing Aikido probably almost every night.
Were there a lot of skills that you picked up while trying to balance council and netball and academics?
Yeah, well, these are what I call life skills, right? You prioritize what you do, you get it done, you mark last minute, you're used to stress and working under high pressure deadlines, and you learn to cope.
NJCian alumni, so we would like to ask, how has your time as a student at NJ molded you to who you are today?
It was probably one of my most fun times in my life. So I always tell my children, this is your school time, it's the time you're going to have the most fun in your life, please enjoy it. So you're going to be stuck mugging, you're going to regret it. I was in the council, 20th student council, and I made friends in there who are still my friends today. Same with my subject tutorial. I was one of those strange people who was in a science CT and up in arts ST. I had a lot of fun. I mean, we were doing things all the while in college, right? We spent most of our time actually organizing events, going for hikes, doing all sorts of stupid things, rather than actually submitting our essays and so on. Essay submissions are always done late or last minute. I'm very so I am a last minute person, which is why journalism works for me. You have a deadline which is constantly there, so you produce your content for that. And then because we were always doing things in CC, I was also a netballer. You have to train, you have to work in teams, you learn to get along with people, you learn to pull the weakest link along, etc., etc. All these things that you learn in team projects or when you're on a hike or when you're at YLTC, right? And these things help to shape how you view people. And I also think that most of us by 18, in terms of values and in terms of your priorities in life, would already have been shaped. It doesn't change very much after that. And you'll realize this when you go out into the working world, that your friends from 18, when they're 18, early university days, whatever they've moved on to, you have a connection with. And those you connect with, you connect for a reason. You get along with them for a reason. And these reasons don't change very much when you're 40 or you're 45 or you're 50 or whatever. I'm not 50 yet, but and it's important to keep in touch with people because your networks help you in the future as well.